Hello everyone, I am Oracle Unicorn and I am mainly doing this video. It's my unintro video, because usually I do an intro before I go through like the week of the zodiac cards and readings. Well, yeah, so like I haven't been doing that because I ended up with a job, okay? So this is like my total update. With some music going on. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back into my readings. I've been helping kind of keep up the household and stay up on rent when it comes to my son's father, because I live with my son and his father and his wife. So I've been like doing like under the table work, kind of like for a construction person, which is interesting because I met this person to be able to get this job through us moving here. So because they're the maintenance person that does this, and this is his weekend job for the landlord. And so he actually does things on the side. So I actually was able to get in with that. And I did so much caulking to this crowning. Crowning is so crazy when it comes to like doing houses. I never realized how like difficult it could actually get. And I was just doing the caulking. It was like some of the places where they had like some gaps and I had to fill it in. And it was just like, oh my gosh. So I've been doing that. And I've just gotten a little bit tired, because I haven't worked in a while, a regular job, and especially a more of like a using the body, I wouldn't call it too strenuous really, because it's not. It is a little bit on my body, only because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it kind of like I have weak joints technically, because it's like floating joint, or technically too much electricity and fluids in the joints, which makes me extra flexible than a normal flexible person would be. So that does a wear and tear on my joints. I like have to be really careful about like what I do and how much I do certain things, especially when it comes to like freaking carrying tile and crap. I was like, nope, sorry, I can't. I was like, I will help with other things, but tile, a back is made up of a bunch of joints. And I was like, I know you're older than me, but there's some things I literally cannot do anymore. I messed up my back, I think 3 times. The epidural was wrong. But anyway. And so, yeah, I have issues with that. So I've been doing that and helped them out with rent this week. And it's not too bad of like income. I mean, right now I'm making like $500 a week. So that's not too bad. And especially with a lot of court stuff going on when it comes to, if you've been following me for a while, you know about me having to deal with court about like my oldest son's father trying to take my parental rights away. I'm going to probably do some videos about spews about that after court's done and over with, because I don't want to kind of like set myself on fire with how I feel about certain things. That's my baby. You don't mess with the mom and her baby. So even though it's like, oh, I don't have money, so I'm not allowed to have my son. That's literally what it feels like they're doing to me, just because I don't have money and I have a hard time keeping an income in my life. It's like, well, you know what? I'm working on quite a few things. It's not like I'm, sitting there twiddling my thumbs, not trying to do things. I'm actually trying to do things, but also achieve emotional fulfillment in what my income is, what I'm doing as my income. And because to me personally, it's just like, for me to stick with a job, it's just going to have to emotionally like click with me, or I'm just not even going to want or care. And that's not how I want to live my life. But to tell court people that it's like, no, they don't even freaking listen. Like, you're financially unstable, so you're not allowed to have a kid in your life. And I was just like, what? They wanted an abortion. I said no. I don't think that's fair. But hey, I guess that's only my opinion. I don't have the financial means, apparently, to be in his life. I tried. He kept freaking blocking me, and there's this whole Facebook blocking thing, and I lost the computer that had the pictures to that, so I've just kind of made it a little hard. But I'll go more into detail with that after I get through with that, because I have some issues about that too. And further on down the line with other things I have apparently an apparent opinion about, which is why I started YouTube channels in the first place. Another thing, I did want to do my intro videos. If you really like my personal videos, I would just, and you really want to like dig more into a little bit of my past, because I've been homeless 3 times. And I have done videos while being homeless and had some interesting things happen to me. I do have 2 other YouTube channels. I lost being able to get into them, but I definitely will put the link down below in this video, because I'm making basically playlists in my YouTube channel. This one will be in Unicorn's Brain, I think is what I set it as. So you can go back and like review other videos that I've set up for here and directed certain things in different ways and what you want to kind of go through into more. That'd be greatly appreciated, actually. Thank you so much for your support and like interest, pretty much. So yes, and the internet also, what has stopped me for right now. I know I'm going to get on a cycle, a schedule when it comes to my work, and I'll be able to really level out my sleeping with when I'm going to do my videos and what would be the best times and ways to go about it when it comes to my work and being able to get also enough sleep. And so I'm not all like, I don't know, so I can really pull a message out and really kind of not be a groggy, like kind of like me, like I'm sorry y'all, but I'm a little bit tired and not, I want to kind of keep it balanced and still keep my good positive attitude and persona into a lot of my videos. Okay, so I'm going to definitely do that. What else? It was interesting. I think it was last week, because I think I've almost gone 2 weeks without doing videos. And oh man, I miss doing videos for y'all so much. You just don't even know. Like I find myself randomly wanting to go to my cards and just like shuffle them just even for myself and just like watch into the energies and the shifts in the cards and the outplays of different scenarios and positions that some of these energies could be talking about. It's very interesting. I really have a fond love for it, which is why I'm trying to do the best I can to keep my passion going, and also like not be so much of kind of like a baggage or a hindrance upon, my living situation. So usually when I get an opportunity when it comes to work, I'm like, okay, I'll balance it out and I'll figure it out. Okay. And so one of the coolest things that happened to me spiritually while I was doing this, because it was like I had to circulate with myself about not feeling guilty for not being able to put videos up. Okay, like with my own personal self, and how I'm an Aquarian sun, and so like Aquarians are very much humanitarians, a lot of and so that kind of corresponds on my heartstrings with being an Aquarius, and they're having a high trait in being a humanitarian. So even though it's like, yeah, me, I love doing this, but also it's like I have to be careful with the guilt kind of essence of awareness within myself about not being able to place up the videos for those that do really follow me, and like how much I appreciate it so much. I haven't even writing anything out and posted something about, a little bit of things here and there. But I know that, a lot of you that have been following me, you wait for these intro videos and you're just like, what, it's going to be a freaking good intro video. So it's going to be one heck of an intro video. And I love the intro videos. It allows me to be able to bring more of myself out. So you can really hone in and connect with my own essence and my own energy when it comes to the readings, and be able to really what was the word I'm looking for? Energetically, like, feel the back and forth talking, okay? Because even though I may not know, besides those that do chat, I may not know possibly really what you're thinking or what you're looking at, into what aspect of what you're looking for within your messages, but at the same time you could be thinking something and I could literally come out with it and have said something upon that while you're watching the video at the moment in time when you're thinking something. I've noticed a lot of that happening within myself and an awareness within myself and watching other videos and people kind of like being comfortable with what it is that they're saying within the relaying of the message, and not really trying to hold back and not and make it sound clarified within themselves, and it's not necessarily supposed to be clarified within themselves, but yet clarified within the person that's watching, so that it can actually sound off the wall and completely like not no make no sense. So sometimes I kind of like rock with that. And but definitely feel the practice in this with this true love card. I'll definitely tell you the story why I have this one out. It's also like bringing in a sense of awareness in your self-love with yourself, and being able to go through and have this sense of communication and how you really feel and things that you want to go about or make a decision upon, or work within your own boundaries of balance with what it is you're creating, and what is a sense of kind of like responsibility, which is what I feel is a lesson in balance of responsibility for me in this, which is why I feel I've kind of like pulled back a little bit when it comes to my readings, but also I feel it was a good lesson into bringing up in that factor that no matter what it is that you are really passionate about and want to drive to, you can find the balance. Like, and it will only not work if you don't keep putting the baby steps to it, whether your focus is split or not. Sometimes I have come into the understanding that it's not good to split your focus, or and when I had honed in focused on this, other things kind of got like shifted back that actually needed more of my focus, and that it's bringing a sense of self-love with having realizations that things can be put on the side burner and simmer, and it'll make it taste better while it's simmering. So take care of what you need to take care of, but don't forget to come back. So just to put one of my own self lessons out there for y'all, maybe there's something in that can push you or bring an epiphany upon you about the balance and feeling like your time is being taken from certain passions, and understand that that time may not be in that passion, but it is being what's the word for it, invested into with the balance of specific responsibilities and working within those responsibilities. And so that's what I feel a lot of the things that I've been going through has pushed me to come into a realization about. And for the last few days, I have been had the feeling of overwhelming that I needed to do the intro of unintro. So that there was some powerful not as in like power hungry, but powerful as in like awakening of awareness within the self, understanding of the self that has come to with this video, and it being for everyone, all the zodiacs. So I felt that it was definitely one of those hurdles for me that my intro videos are amazing too. Like your intro videos, like I had to tell myself, your intro videos are amazing too. Don't just, you're okay. Do you, be you. You want to be a YouTuber. You don't have to just stick with doing card readings. You're okay. Like, be you. So yeah. And I just recently was able to like bleach out my hair a little bit more and do my roots. I have probably one more application I need to do to get a little more of the yellow out, but I like it. So it's pretty cool. And I was hanging out with some people, getting some time and socializing. Some like older guys. It's pretty cool because they have a lot of wisdom, kind of like natural life wisdom built up in them. So I really like listening to them because it's like, wow, I gained that understanding pretty early. Not being on a high horse about it, but being like, wow, that's really cool. I'm starting to see my own wisdom with the certain things that I like to do or like to speak about or technically like to lay grounding work on when it comes to teaching or when it comes to giving out messages as well. It's kind of giving myself more of an experience, that balancing out, that investing into your passion, using reality to invest in your passion. And so before I get into the true love card, there's another thing that I would like to bring in a beauty in when it came to not allowing myself to worry about how and when I was going to go back into my card readings and, be committed into it and stay committed through all of it. And with my break, it's so funny because it was like I was hanging out with one of the guys who's my friend, and then we were going to his friend's house, and he's one of those that's pretty picky about people being in his house. He's had a lot of people steal from him, so I'm like, that's cool. He has a camper and a little mini camper in his backyard, so we just kind of chilled there. And so I didn't bother me any. I was like, whatever, whatever makes you comfortable, you do your own personal boundaries. That's awesome, So we finally end up going in his house, He didn't want to stay in the camper. He was just, let's just go in the house. I turn and there's this freaking huge stag on the wall. I was like in awe. And then as I was looking at the stag, I was like, that's really freaking cool. I had to pet it. I was like, even though it was killed and it's like placed on the wall and stuff like that. But, for me, in the spiritual essence, and especially living in society, it's a rare commodity to see certain things like that. And especially also when I went a night before, I think 2 nights before I went over to my friend's house, there was a toad at his doorway when I came over, and it was fucking huge toad. And I was like, well, that's cool. That's got to be a good omen, I was like, that's cool. And then I see the stag, and I was like, dang, man, that's so cool. And then I picked up some things from Walmart today, and I got a stag notebook. Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. I saw that and I was like, oh, I had to have it. And then I saw a bee one because I wanted more of like a journal aspect too for more ideas that I get, because I had a whole like armful of notes for my intro video, and it just washed it off before I wrote it down. But I wrote them down in my new notebook. So this one's going to be a lot of my notes for a lot of this stuff, so I don't forget certain things. And then I turned right underneath the TV was a wizard holding a staff and having a crystal ball in his hand, and that reminded me of the Hermit card, but actually harnessing the realization and the wisdom and the light in yourself, like, and not looking for it in the lantern, but yet having it in your hand. And I was just like, wow, that's some powerful stuff. I was like, especially for me as a tarot reader and that being a Hermit card, I was like, what? And then take the stag in one of my decks is take the lead. And so I was just like, man, that's so much powerful like overload on me. I had to go sit down outside. Like I walked out of this guy's house and had to go sit down. I was like, this is a little too much right now. I need to process this away from it. I was like, okay. And then I had to pet it. Yeah, I totally had to pet this dog. I was like, pet it. So that's my deer and hermit one, and then I did the toad, and then I did my card working goal. So yeah, I did all my list. And oh yeah, the true love card. The thing is about this true love card, so I was playing with my cards on the bed in the kids' room, and I did a layout for them. They're too close to me, but like emotionally, for me to kind of input my own message into it. So I just kind of laid out the cards, took a picture, and sent it to them. And it was like, whatever you get out of it is the message for you. I don't want to put my own kind of like strings or tie to it. So whatever you feel that is the message for you, that's what it is for you. And so when I went to put all of them up, this one was the one that was like, left out. My son actually brought it to me. Oh, Mom, you missed one. Oh, okay. And it said true love. And I was like, cool. Maybe that's true love for me. Maybe I won't find my true love. I was like, maybe it's coming in soon. So me being, just a magical person, I was already like, thought a scab on my foot or something was like healed, and I was just gonna take off like the left excess skin and stuff. Well, no, it wasn't all the way healed. So it started bleeding a little bit, and then I was like, I just put it on the card. I was like, I'll amplify this energy. And so, yes. And then I held on to the card. And then I was not holding on to the card. It never ended up back into the bag, which is why it's here right now in this video, because it never ended up back. But how it ended up in the video and back in my hand was because it was laying in front of this altar. And I was like, I guess it's supposed to be in the video. So I guess I was supposed to talk about my experience with this card and how interesting I thought, and for it to come back to me on a second time, like, it's like, that would be really amazing if like I could really hone in on kind of relationship like add-ons into the video and communication, and I don't know, just like that forever person. Like I would love to do like videos with that, with like my forever person. Or even like express my own experiences and stuff like that in my journey to my forever person. So for right now, these are the videos I'm making until I get full, clear picture on adding forever person into it, and then I'll probably have a list and be like, forever person video, like whoever wants to catch up with me on forever person video and what's going on and what like the fun details and aspects and everything. So I was like, I want to do that. Yeah. Yes. So that's my true love card. And I was also, for the collective that see this video, let's like hone in on your energy and see what we got. These are my Oracle Unicorn Words of Wisdom cards. I made these. And there's some Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there and some Bella, I don't know, weird things. I got these. Alright. Spring, mushroom, soon, fall, surprise. So, what I gather from this is a lot of you that are connecting with this energy is you're going to come into a spiritual connection in spring. It will bring new visions within yourself, rising power within yourself. It will be a surprise into its awakening in the fall. And you will come to a fork in the road, a decision that you're going to have to make. But you're going to know exactly the direction that you're going to go that is the forever for you. Ground attacker. And you'll fly into that direction. You're just going to know right on the spot. In time. Give it time. Right? Just like I am. I'm giving it time to, I've even talked to some people at work. It was like, I'm a YouTuber. That is my direction. Do you know how much, how much crazy shit they get to freaking do being a freaking YouTuber, getting sponsored, really bringing things to a whole nother level. Like, if I could do that, man, I would be able to do that with so many of my organizations that I really want to bring to a whole nother level. That would be so freaking cool. I'm just like, I just keep baby steps into it. And I'll eventually get there. Just don't give up. So work in the role will happen, and you will be brought into an understanding of a direction that may be very difficult in a sense, but it will allow you to have a sense of clarity that it is the fulfilling direction for you. You will feel it in your heart, and I feel you will feel it in the sense of lightheartedness. Like, it's different. It's not something in the pit of your stomach. It's like a lightheartedness. Like, yeah, this is where I was, really meant to be brought into. It will take hard work. It will. I do see that. But it's a surprise of a gift, and you will be able to gift from the universe, and you will be able to really you be passion driven. Like, you'll have the fire light up on underneath you into this. Okay. Don't worry about too much where the decision is or where it's coming from or what it is for. You will know when it gets to you. You will know when you get to that bridge and have to cross that bridge. And that's when the realization of that fork is there, and it will tell you that, yeah, you are here at this point right now. And yes, this is the direction that is meant for you to take. And it won't feel as much of a fork as it is like just a turn. That's kind of how I see it now. It's a turn. Sometimes we make turns and turns and turns to come back to where we were meant to come back to, and then make a different turn. But a turn nonetheless. A step towards the victory nonetheless. All right, so now let's put my true love card back in here. And I have a lot of people texting me now. So, I'm not sure if I'll do an intro video before I do the Zodiacs. I may just pop in and do the Zodiacs, but for those of you who've hit the bell, you will definitely be notified of those videos when I bring them up, and I will do the best I can to keep up with them. I don't like doing just monthly. I literally like doing weekly, so it sometimes does turn into a 2 weekly energy source because of, the universe is going to know like when I'm not going to be able to, step into it, or when I am going to step into it. So it's a lot of like that. I feel that shift in that direction of really being able to see into it. And, but letting you know everything's okay. I'm just taking care of a few things that needs my attention, and then I will definitely always be back. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support and your help and your love and all of your comments. I love the comments. When I have time, I will definitely like comment back. Right now, it's just kind of busy. And I have Wi-Fi right now, but hopefully next week I'll be able to turn my phone on, and then like it won't be too bad. I'll be able to get to them. So yeah, I love y'all so much. Thank you so much. I am Oracle Unicorn. Welcome to Shaman Messages. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I go live and when a video is uploaded. All right, thank you. And don't forget to share on social media. You never know who this might be able to uplift them and bring them into their own sense of glory within themselves, victory within themselves, and their own life and their stepping stones and lessons within the steps of their own life and what they may be going through now, and how to really view it into more of a helping aspect within themselves. It's a lot of what these cards, bring into our awareness. A lot of you know that if you're definitely an excessive card reader like I am. Oh, YouTube card reader watcher, pretty much. That's where a lot of this has kind of like, in my eyes, really pulled into a lot of this understanding with people. I found it in older people too, out of life lessons, but yeah. So I will see y'all again. Until next time, goodbye.